Okay, so I'm going to explain how this game works for the people who don't understand it, since I never thought I would have. So what you saw on your screen was my island, which took around 60 hours to make. Not bad, right? So throughout the series, you would be given a lot to start off with. This was the first game in the series to start you off with nothing at all. You get 2 randomized villagers and a tent to live in. You get an axe, in which you use to get other items, which is used to make money in the game. The more you find, the more your island opens up, or the game gives you. You start off on a part of the island since the rest is blocked off by rivers and cliffs, then you get items which allows you to move to other parts in the island. Then you can make bridges and inclines to let your people get to those parts of the islands. You see, it involves a lot of planning ahead and patience, which not everybody has the patience to do everything the game offers. Me, especially when it comes to random encounters. Once in a while, someone comes to your island to provide you some kind of challenge or service. The challenge provides extra gameplay, which rewards you with items and such. The challenges are easy enough for you, except for Red, cause screw him. Anyways, the serviceman gives you items in exchange of money or bells. Unfortunately for some who don't play this game every day, these encounters become even more rare with you missing most of them. Luckily for you, there are tons of different stores that provide many services. And even when they close at night, which is when I play this game mostly, the ATM machine provides a mailing system which gave me most of my items which I used to decorate the island. Oh yeah, how did I get these items? Well, there are 2 different currency systems, cause of course there is. The bell system is easy enough, because you sell stuff in order to get it. And the new mile system, which you get just by playing the game. They are used differently, but it's not too complicated to understand. You get bells by selling the many stuff you'll be collecting off your island, from bugs, fish, seashells, rocks, people, and much more. My next point will be how is this appealing in the quarantine stuff. I know, we'll get to the quarantine stuff. But before that, here is Donshay's island.
The name of my island is Neon Isle because of the many colorful objects that can be found around the island. The main aesthetic I tried to achieve with my island is the look of Imperial Japan. This can be seen with all the Zen fences and the Imperial fences around the island. At the airport, you can see 2 panels next to the stone arch that has the island flag on it. The flag reads Neon. Over by this house, we have one of the windflower gardens next to the river. And on the river, you can see colorful jelly-like objects on the stepping stones. You'll see many more of these things as we explore the island. Also, by this house is another resident of mine named Eloise. As we walked by Nook's Cranny, I created a gap in the fencing as a little shortcut. When we make a right at this intersection, we go to Zell's house, which is my favorite villager. And to the right of his house is more of those stepping stones. When we head up from Zell's house, we enter the backyard that may look a little familiar to some people. Behind the fence are more stepping stones and an oarfish. In some of these portions of the island, you can see manhole covers. At my house, there are 2 manhole covers with the image of a castle. So we head down at the intersection, which leads to the beach. At the beach, we see 3 of the recurring characters from the Puyo Puyo series, Witch, Draco Centauros, and the main character, Arl, as they are surrounded by the jelly-like objects called Puyos. Also, along the beach is a ring toss, beach towel, and a sandcastle. Along the bottom path, there is a porta potty and 2 vending machines. And there's a bridge that leads to the 3rd island portion. Back over by Eloise's house, we head up and find the museum and the campsite. Below the campsite is the garden, and you can find another oarfish and 3 koi fish, along with a fountain and a silo. To the right is the plaza with 3 models: the wasp, the peacock butterfly, and the neon tetra. And next to the 2nd manhole cover is a parabolic antenna. This covers the main portion of the island. We go up the bridge at the top and find a manhole cover with a mountain on it. We head left and find the park. It has a white grand piano and a variety of food to eat. It's also a good place to view cherry blossoms. Take a few steps by the food stand and you'll find another oarfish. There also appears to be a mysterious man behind the trees. You head down through the trees and you'll find more Puyo stepping stones and a few pear trees. This pathway leads to the 2nd portion of the island. To the left lives Marcy and behind her house is another shortcut to the beach. Head down from her house and you can find the Able Sisters shop. And next to the shop, there's a manhole cover with a boat image. You head down from there and you'll find Meringue, and down from there the pathway to the pier. Go up from the pier and you'll see 4 blue Puyos in a row. Keep going near the cliff and you'll find 4 green Puyos in a row. At the end of the path is a lighthouse with an anchor statue. Up this ramp leads to a portion of the mountain area with a rose garden. There are also 4 purple Puyos. Walk along the path and you'll find more vending machines and another oarfish. This place pretty much acts as a rest area. Back at the mountain path, we head to the right instead, to the third island portion with the rest of my villagers. First we meet Ken, one of my newer residents. Then next to him is Pudge, who's currently sleeping, and down here is Flurry. As we walk along the path, we encounter Bruce. We go up from Bruce's house and find 4 yellow Puyos on the beach. We head further and find the outdoor bath. We head back down from Bruce's house and find another manhole cover with the boat image. We keep going and find Eloise outside of her house. Then right below her is Opal's house. So now we head up the mountain path, and if we go to the right instead, we'll see the Cosmos Garden and the Windflower Garden. Lots of fruit trees and bamboo can be seen from here. Finally, we head down the mountain path to find a memorial of someone very special that had sadly passed away last year. To someone who loved Smash Brothers just as much as we did. All the Puyo types are here also, because back then he loved Mean Bean Machine. The butterfly is here because he had just gotten into Persona 5, and I wish he could have at least gotten more into it. And finally, in front of his portrait is a gray switch. So, in my house, this is the main living room, and the theme of this room is to resemble a TV, with all the security monitors and the floor resembling TV static. The room also has a random assortment of colorful objects that could be found on any television program. On the wall next to the TV is a picture of BB Hood from Darkstalkers. Also next to the TV is a special edition Nintendo Switch, and the couch in the center is combined so that 4 of us can sit together. For the room in the back, this room shows off all the human technology that has advanced for over the years. This room is also used to craft tools and where I create new furniture. In the corners of the room are sea butterflies that are used to light up the room. So the room on the right is the diner, which is pretty much acts as the dining room with meals from across the entire world. On the walls are pictures of Marilyn Monroe and a painting that is totally not fake. I didn't get scammed or anything. There's also a popcorn machine, a bubblegum machine, and a pinball machine. The jukebox has a variety of KK's most popular songs. For the room on the left, it kind of acts like a second living room, but this time with a Japanese aesthetic to it. The snapping turtle will hiss at anyone that tries to pet it, so be careful. There is plenty of Japanese foods on the table, and a mini fridge used to change clothes. The futon on the ground is for Haley whenever she gets tired, and if anyone gets bored, there's a go board in the corner. On the wall you'll see a familiar art piece. In the basement is the arcade room. The gold in the center is used as a cash prize for tournaments held in this room. There's also a pinball machine and a dartboard if you're not in the mood for any arcades. The left side is reserved for competitive multiplayer games, and the right side is reserved for single player and co-op games. You can tell which game is which by the portions above the machine. The competitive games are Street Fighter 2, Darkstalkers 3, and Money Puzzle Exchanger. The right side has Puyo Puyo 2, Metal Slug X, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, the Die Hard Arcade, Final Fight, and Turtles in Time. As of right now, this room is incomplete, as I don't have the other machines yet. And finally, the upstairs, which is my bedroom. My bedroom has a cherry blossom theme with a guitar that matches the theme as well. The pictures in my room feature the characters from Puyo Puyo, Pop Team Epic, and Fox McCloud from Star Fox. My desk has lots of sketches and storyboard ideas. The bookshelf has lots of anime and manga that I can read at any time. and the metal skull plays the best KK song, Go KK Writer. Now for my future plans, since the arcade room is incomplete, I'm currently on the lookout for the shooting game and the fighting game to complete the room. I'm also looking for imperial furniture to match with the whole Japanese aesthetic, and other cool items to decorate the island in my house with. The thing is, I'm not really finding new DIY recipes, so I can't really customize as much as I'd like to. And finally, I'm trying to pay off my final home loan of 2 million bells, so I can finally be debt free.